Actually, I see the economy slightly picking up in 2026. But even if it doesn't, we're going to be taking more market share, and I suspect as a result that the kind of increases that we've seen in Advantage and indeed in Aspen, but in Advantage in particular over the last 3 months, can be maintained and will be maintained in 2026.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by SNU Chairman Anthony Coombs. Anthony, very good to speak with you. SNU's clearly bounced back this year. What's driving the strong growth at Advantage and Aspen, and how confident are you it can continue?
Well, great to speak to you, Stephen. I'm very confident indeed that it will continue. The main drive has been from Advantage, which obviously, as you know, has been affected over the last 2 years by, first of all, the troubles associated with the motor finance industry through the Court of Appeal decision, now generally overturned by the Supreme Court on commission disclosure. And secondly, by an investigation that we had, which is now finished and all done and dusted, from the FCA, which found basically that we are compliant and that we just need to document our situation a little bit better. All that's behind us, and so we can return to our usual excellent offer to our customers, and that's precisely what we've been doing at Advantage and at Aspen. Advantage being our motor finance business, we've been trading our socks off for the last 3 or 4 months, and it's very good quality business as well. So we expect that to continue, and in addition, the Aspen business is still very, very strong. The quality is excellent. It's got a very, very good loan book, and we expect that to continue as well. So overall, when I said that the business has got its va-va-voom back, I think I can say that with a certain amount of emphasis.
Well, as you mentioned, Advantage is hitting record collection rates. Aspen's loan book looks very healthy. How are you keeping risk under control while growing so fast, Anthony?
Good question. Well, we've obviously updated our credit risk procedures, and our scoring system at Advantage, because you continue to need to do that as demographic and economic changes occur. So that's certainly been an assistant. We've also updated our affordability assessments, which has both helped quality and volume. And the customer journey has been streamlined as well, so that when customers come on the books, they can do so much more easily than they did in the past, but still being compliant. And so, all of those things, which I'm so pleased the business and the people in it worked on when we were under investigation. They didn't stop the long-term improvements. We were introducing AI into the business, which will certainly streamline and help efficiency. And as a result, I think that the business is very well positioned to produce even better results in the future. I've no doubt about that whatsoever.
Net borrowings have risen and you're looking at bigger funding facilities, Anthony. What are your plans to use that funding to expand both businesses?
Yes, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Obviously, increased growth, particularly slightly larger loans in the Advantage business, do mean that you need more funding. We're well within our medium-term limits at the moment, and we're going to extend them to a certain extent over the next month. But what we're looking at is a longer-term solution to our funding requirements through securitization and so on, and we're in the middle of a process on that. I don't want to say any more than that at the moment, but let me just say that there seems to be a very, very healthy appetite for what we've got to offer.
Anthony, as 2025 draws to a close, as well as that uncertainty, what are your prospects for 2026?
Well, I mean, I think we're going to stick to our last in terms of staying in the same fields of commerce that we're in at the moment. In other words, motor finance and bridging and property development finance. Actually, I see the economy slightly picking up in 2026, but even if it doesn't, we're going to be taking more market share, and I suspect as a result that the kind of increases that we've seen in Advantage and indeed in Aspen, but in Advantage in particular, over the last 3 months can be maintained and will be maintained in 2026.
Anthony, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thank you, Stephen.
Anthony Coombs, the chairman of SNU.